with our champion. Carol, $3,225.
That's terrific.
Paid for that trip and paid for the car repair, right?
I hope so.
Okay, Carol, try to defend that title right now as we load in 2 brand new decks of cards and meet our next challenger on Card Shark. Marie Smith. Hello, Marie. Welcome.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Right, my name's Marie Smith. I live in Huntington Beach, and I'm a principal in the all-American city of La Habra, California.
Are you a little nervous, Marie?
Just a tish.
Don't be.
Never happened before.
Let me hold your hand here. Relax.
I appreciate it.
La Habra?
La Habra, all-American city.
Why is it called the All-American City?
They interviewed the people and took a look at the community participation, and they decided it was ideal community.
You're very strong, Marie. You're very strong. Good luck in the match. Relax. You're among friends. And Marie will play the lower cards, the blue cards. Carol plays the upper cards, the red cards. Carol, we asked 100 men a ridiculous question. I'm always afraid of what comes after that when we preface it that way. Let's find out. Oh, this makes sense. If an Arab sheik offered you $10 million for your wife, would you sell her? How many men said they would sell their wives?
That's a really hard question. I would really hope that not very many men would sell their wives. I'll have to say, nowadays, I'll say 15 would.
15 for $10 million would sell their wife.
I'm going to count on love to win out. I'm going to say it's lower.
You say lower.
Love will win out.
I know some men that wouldn't even take that much. Let's find out. The actual number of men who would sell their wives for $10 million is 34. It's not lower. I guess they figured they could buy them back for less. Carol, would you your base card? It's a 9. Do you want it?
No, let's change that 9.
You've got to play this one a 10. Better card.
A little bit better. We'll go lower.
Lower than a 10. No, it's a queen. You're right, those 10s don't do you any good, Carol. A break for Marie, who gets to play a 7. Can't change it.
Okay, I'm going to take higher.
Higher than a 7? Yes, it's a 10.
I'm going to freeze right there.
And we move over the freeze bar. You've got that 1-card lead as we fill in the space. Marie, your first question. And I mentioned before, we polled some U.S. congressmen. I think it's great that they helped us out. We asked 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C., do you think homosexuals should be allowed to teach grade school students? How many congressmen said homosexuals should be allowed to teach grade school students?
Whoa, might be election year. I think that would be pretty unpopular. I'm going to say 20.
20. Carol, higher or lower?
20 congressmen? I mean, I would say... I don't think... I'll have to say higher.
You say higher.
Something tells me higher.
The actual number of congressmen who said homosexuals should be allowed to teach grade school students is 45. It's higher. Carol. And what do you want to do with that 10, Carol?
Let's change it, please.
See if we can improve it. No, right up the middle with an 8.
Lower.
Lower than an 8. It is lower, a 4.
I like that 4. We'll go higher.
Higher than a 4. Yes, with a big 8.
Lower.
Lower than an ace. Very much lower than a 4.
I like 4s. We'll go higher.
Gonna try for the win. Higher than a 4. She did it with another ace. Wow. Let's set up for the next game, Janice. Well, very nicely done in game number 1 to Carol with $100. And as we often mention, as we set up the same 2 decks of cards. So if you can remember those cards that are played, it might help your play. Carol, we asked 100 women, if you learned that your favorite political candidate was cheating on his wife, would you vote for him anyway? How many women said yes, they would vote for him?
Oh, boy. I would say that, he would be dishonest if he was cheating on his wife, and I think a lot of women would realize that. I would say it'd have to be pretty low. I'll say 25 would still vote for him.
25 would vote for him anyway, Marie.
I think they're going to have in their mind his legislative ability instead of his marital status, okay? So I'm going to say it's higher.
Higher. The actual number of women who would vote for a candidate, even if he were cheating on his wife, is 53. Marie, it's higher. You're right. Marie, you're trailing. You need this game. You start with a 3.
Great. Stick Stick with it and go higher.
Higher than a 3. Yes, very much higher, a queen.
Down lower.
Lower than a queen, a 7.
Freeze.
Freezing as Marie needs just 2 cards to tie up the match. And the question to you, Marie, our man on the street stopped 100 people waiting in line at New York's Radio City Music Hall. And he asked them to rub their stomachs while patting their heads. You remember that old exercise? How many were able to do it?
Oh, I never did master that one myself, so in front of a whole crowd, I really wouldn't want to try. I'll say 37.
37 could rub their stomachs and pat their heads, Carol.
I think a lot of people are more coordinated than that. We'll go higher.
You say higher. You
Yes.
think some are more coordinated.
Yeah.
Questions should have been how many punched him in the nose for making them do it. The actual number of people who could rub their stomachs while patting their heads is 64. It's higher, Carol. They are more coordinated. And your base card is a 3 as well.
We like those cards. We'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a queen. Look at that. 3, 3, queen, queen. Wow.
Lower and no 7.
Lower than a queen. A 2, very much lower.
Ah, a little higher.
Higher than a 2. There's another 8. For the win! Yes, for the jacket, she did it! My goodness! Those cards are starting to like you, Carol. Marie, I don't think you had a chance. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us, Marie Smith. Come on, Carol. Boy, I hope that luck carries over. That's the way to feel. We'll be right back right after this.